Alright, yo peeps, what's going on? Chessmoid7, I'm going to be bringing you my commentary, my manhunt with the FIRECREST build. This build was, it was okay. As you guys can see, there's going to be a bunch of clips in this video, but there's also going to be a manhunt at the end. The lobbies, the servers were pretty, it seemed like pretty uneventful today for some weird reason. I know that I have a lot of friends that have stopped playing because they're waiting for the 1.5 update, which is coming out in like 5-6 days, you know, and that's understandable. A lot of people were just mad that, you know, they finally came out with 1.4, they finally got their builds right, and then all of a sudden they're adding 1.5, and then everybody's gear sets are just going to be trash after that, and you got to go get new ones, a new level gear score and everything else. So it's kind of like you're starting off fresh again, so a lot of people just aren't playing until 1.5, which is totally understandable. So these lobbies, these servers were pretty empty today, and you know, it only seemed like we could run across maybe one group here and there, and that was pretty much about it. I mean, it was pretty uneventful pretty much all night, but we went on several manhunts. We got about, I don't know, probably like 10-12 manhunts, and we survived a lot of them, so it was great. We had a great night. It just wasn't as fun as it usually is, but as you guys can see, those guys failed on going rogue on me, and then they're gonna get murked by, of course, my team and me. The FIRECREST to me is, I don't know, like I feel a lot weaker running this build. I don't hit as hard, I don't have as much health. I could get my health up and, you know, of course my DPS if I wanted it to, but the fire just does so much damage and it's really nice to use. The only issue that I run into is agents don't really stand in your fire very often, so that's the only downfall about using this kind of setup. I mean, it's definitely fun to run. I did have fun running it, but it's just not for my playstyle, you know what I mean? A lot of people, it might suit their playstyle, but to me it just didn't suit it very well. It's just not what I wanted to do. You know, I'm just so in love with my Banshee build, you know, it's just kind of hard for me to switch over to FIRECREST. Now, I was going to upload a Predator's Mark video build and also a manhunt, but right now I'm wondering if there's even a point, because 1.5 is coming out in like 5-6 days, and everything that I show you now is going to be out of date. So I mean, technically I should just hold off on that. I got a double manhunt on my hard drive I'll probably throw up, and you know, and then yeah, we'll just wait till the new update before anything else, because you know, everything's going to be out of date. Gear scores are going way up, so, and they're also adding new gear sets to the game, so everything's just going to be different. They're going to probably add guns as well, so it's just going to be a whole new game after that. You're going to have to start off from like level 1 again, pretty much is the way it's going to go. So you guys got to go back on the farming grind and figure out what builds you want to run from there. So, you know, never mind that. But so this video here, you know, we went manhunt on, you know, some idiots that were trying to go rogue on me, and then I'm gonna cut this clip and we're gonna go into the manhunt clip. But I'm also gonna show you my build that I was running with this, because this build that I'm running now is not the same as I showed you. I ended up getting knee pads, so I'm running, you know, FIRECREST knee pads instead of whatever I had on, and then I'll show you a clip of my build, and then also we will get on that manhunt. This manhunt I'm not counting because, you know, like I said, man, all the manhunts today were just slow, and you know, it was only like, you know, maybe one group here and there, and that was it. So the game's pretty shy right now from agents in the dark zone, and you know, I understand why. I mean, 1.4 just came out, they finally balanced it, and then all of a sudden they're coming out with 1.5, but I don't blame them. I'm not mad at them for doing that. I mean, it's keeping the game fresh. So here's my build right here. 220k DPS, 347.3 toughness, and then just over 100k skill power, which I could get my skill power up to I think 127, and my fire turret would do a lot more damage. But I mean, even now, I mean, it hits them at about 1,000, and you know, it's like 1,000 click 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 click. Like, how many times are they in that fire for a second? You know, like a second is probably 5k, you know, or something like that, or probably more, 6k, I would guess. So you know, it's about 6k damage for every second that they're in my fire, plus when they are on fire, then they serve also more damage as well from the 15% I get from extra damage on my gun. But as you guys can see, we're extracting here, and these guys came and tried to wreck our extraction because they were already rogue, and they thought that, oh, these guys are rogue too and extracting, these guys, let's go kill them. And it kind of turned the tables on these guys just a little bit, so they got wiped, and we popped our ult here, and then they just get melted. This ult is so good. I love it. I love this. I love that ult. I honestly do. Back in the day, everybody used the blues to run, and the blues to, you know, take extra damage, whatever. And now, not very many people use it because, you know, I could still down people with a blue ult. So I'm happy that they did that. I'm actually really happy they did that, because a lot of people, you know, you'd run up against a group of 4, and you know, you'd be fighting a boss. They'd come up behind you, they would wipe your team, and then all 4 of them would take turns popping their ults just to run all the way up to DZ6. You know, that makes no sense at all. If you guys haven't watched my previous video, I know the views are down on it, so I know that a lot of you guys didn't get it in your sub box. But if you guys haven't watched the video I posted before this of the Rogue Fails montage, make sure you guys go watch that. I think it was pretty entertaining. I've already watched it myself like 3-4 times. Even though it's not like the best, it's just like clips that I had on my hard drive that I thought, yo, I'm just going to be throwing up this random ass build for you, or this random ass video for you guys, because it was on my hard drive. I'm just deleting a bunch of videos, and I'm using clips out of the videos that I can, and then just throwing those out for you guys. I do have a double manhunt on my hard drive that I'm most likely going to be uploading as well, so you guys can stay tuned to that one before 1.5, and then after 1.5 drops, then you know, everything's going to be fresh after that. But I honestly had a great night tonight. It was actually a lot of fun, even though I wasn't quite impressed with this build. I still had a lot of fun running this build. But if you guys want to put out like a lot of fire damage, then make sure you guys have your skill power up a lot, and go from there. If you guys are running, like if you guys want a DPS FIRECREST build, I wouldn't recommend it, because there are other builds out there that will do a lot better when you have DPS than FIRECREST. I think because a lot of the time you will see that people will not stand in your fire. If they see your fire turret, anybody with brains are not going to go into your fire turret. They're actually going to turn and run the other way and stay away from your fire turret, which is really smart. You know, so it's just one of those things. I mean, people stay away from the turret. So, I mean, if you're going to run it, then okay. The best suggestion I got for you guys is if you guys want to go on a manhunt, and then you guys reach manhunt, and then you guys bring them to a small space, and then put your fire turret down so they have no choice but to run into your fire, then it would definitely be a beast. It would honestly do a lot of work. But if you guys are fighting on the street, or fighting, you know, somewhere where there's like where it's just too big, then I definitely not recommend this build. But it is fun. I can't say it's not fun. It definitely is, but it's definitely not a powerful build when it comes to fighting on the street and stuff like that. So I hope it makes sense to you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys do, then please drop that like button, show me some love, show me some support, donate if you can, and it would greatly mean a lot. Make sure you guys go check out that video that I made previous to this one. If you guys have not yet, it was a pretty cool video, I think, in my personal opinion. It took me a while to edit. You know, I kind of went all out with editing, but I mean, it wasn't very long. And it wasn't very beast, but it was good. Anyways, peace.